Hello guys, so today what I'm going to be doing is teaching you guys on how to do this annoying move by Hwoarang, this down forward 3 move, but in the back 10 position, right? So let me just show you how it's supposed to look like first, right? So this is how it's supposed to look like, right? You can see that? Sorry. Right? So that's how you actually do it. But yeah, in order to do that move, it's quite simple actually. Basically what you need to do is transition from this normal stance into the back turn stance. Right, quite simple. But even though you're in the back turn stance, it doesn't necessarily mean by pressing down forward 3, you can actually get the power clutch. Like for example, if you're in the stance and you do down forward 3, you're gonna get this, right? So you can't actually get this because you have to do a certain step into the back turn, right? So let me just show you how you're supposed to do it, right? Basically what you need to do is go into a few stances in a rotate it to 180 degrees, right? For example, like this is how it's supposed to look like. You press 3 plus 4, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4, right? Let me do that again. 3 plus 4, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 4, again, pop pop pop, again, 1 2 3, right? So that's how you transition from this stance to this stance, right? So once you're done with that, basically the next step is much more easier, which is pressing forward 3 into the flamingo stance, right? So let me just show you, right? Pop pop pop, forward 3, 1 2 3, forward 3, sorry, 1 2 3, forward 3, right? So it's very sensitive, the time is very sensitive, because if you're slightly late, right, if you're a little bit late in doing the forward 3, you're gonna get a different input, right? So example, you're already in that stance, see, you're gonna get a different input, right? So what else? Bear in mind that the direction of your forward 3 must be in the original direction. I mean, basically your forward, it has to be from facing the right side, not from the left side, right? Even though you're back then, your forward 3 must still be on the right side, right? So that's another part. Then once you're done with that forward 3, once you're done with this, the next step is much more easier, which is by pressing down forward 3, right? You're already in forward 3, down forward 3, down forward 3, down forward 3, right? So the way you do it is like this: 1 2 3, forward 3, down forward 3, down forward 3, and then you just spam it: 1 2 3, forward 3, down forward 3, down forward 3, down forward 3, right? Quite simple. All right. Okay, so the next step is knowing when to use it. Personally, I believe that it's pretty much useless. I mean, it depends to who is using the particular character, but yeah, personally I think it's a bit useless. Okay, for example, if you I mean, the only time I see people actually doing this move is when they're facing an opponent, and they're trying to run away, right? This is the only time, right? For example, you're in a higher health than your opponent and you're trying to run away, and then you're pressing this move to run away. This and buying some time. I mean, that's the only time I see people actually do that move, right? Run away, right? There are sometimes, I mean, it's a rare case where they do 4-4-4. They're already in this stance, and then they transition to this, and then do the move, right? 4-4-3, tap tap, run. I'm not really good at that. Tap tap and they run, right? See, that's how they do it. 4-4-3, tap tap and they run. Or maybe in some cases they do forward 2 and then change, run. Right? I mean, it depends to the player itself, right? But it's a risky move, because if you miss the input, it's gonna be I mean, you're gonna get punished, obviously, right? So I don't really recommend you doing it, but yeah, you can actually troll around with your opponent, right? Play mind games by doing that move, right? You can run away, troll them around, and then probably use it as bait. It's up to you. I mean, it's up to your creativity, right? Playing Hwoarang requires creativity in using. Okay, so yeah, so basically that will be it, right? I don't really recommend you do this if you're still new to Hwoarang, but I'm just telling you guys, it's a good tool for trolling around, playing mind games with your opponent, rather than doing key charge, in which you can be launched by your opponent. So it's better to use that move instead and run, or use it as bait, and the moment they come near you, you can actually launch them or whatever. So yeah, good luck with you guys who are trying that move.